Good morning, guys. So this morning I have a couple of things to do, errands to run, and then later on I'm going to be cooking some meals for the week and sorting through my seeds for this upcoming gardening season. I just got a package in from a local, no, not local, Missouri. What was that, Baker Creek? And so I'm going to be planning out what I'm growing in my GreenStalk. I am living in an apartment looking for property here in New Hampshire. I want to take a second to apologize because some of these shots are out of focus and I am learning. I promise you that the next vlog that I post will be in focus, and I appreciate you watching even though some of this footage is out of focus. So let me show you what I'm doing right now. So recently I bought a bunch of stainless steel pots. I've been trying to move my kitchen over to like non-toxic cookware. And so I've been trying to cook with cast iron and got some stainless steel. So this is the pans I got a couple of from Marshall's, David Burke. I ended up seeing them shown in Jess's video on Roots and Refuge and reached out to her Facebook group, and people said that this was a decent brand. It's got a heavy bottom, but it burnt on the bottom. So I currently have some Barkeeper's Friend sitting on the bottom, and I'm going to see if it cleans it up. I love these though. If you guys don't have some of these are from Maker's Clean. They are, so my favorite, oh my gosh, sidetrack. My favorite thing to like clean up the counters, clean out a pot are these. These are Swedish dishcloths, but they don't scrub. So then I end up going to this guy, which is not very abrasive. It's just easy to reach sometimes with a handle, but Melissa over at Maker's Clean made this, which is soft on one side and like a scour pad on the other. They're just great for that in between. So between my brush and my Swedish dishcloths, which I throw in the wash machine, and these, I am like good to go. Let's get into this and see if this will clean up. Nope, not yet. As you can see, it's all burnt on. I might try scrubbing it with this pad and then throw it in the wash. One thing that I have learned from apartment living for so long is that I do not want a deep sink. Not too deep, I don't know. I just don't like how far I have to bend over to like scrub like this. This is not comfortable. Maybe I'll actually raise the counters higher, I'm not sure. There's a standard for that, isn't there? But I like the old style sinks that are not as deep. Easier on the back. So you can see that Barkeeper's Friend right there cleaned up that one spot. So I really could clean the whole bottom with it, but I want to go run my errands. I will say that apartment living really has taught me things that I am looking for in a house, or if I were to replace things in a house, like the faucet. Do not like how it doesn't stick out. Same in the bathroom. The sink, far too deep, or the counter's not high enough. I have a problematic spine, and so bending over and doing dishes, which a lot of people, it hurts their back. But yeah, the things that you learn just from living in a lot of apartments. I try to find the positives with the undesired aspects of it. That was just a half a kombucha. I didn't finish yesterday. All right, so off to the thrift store to make a bunch of donations that I brought up from Massachusetts because I wanted to donate them locally to where I am now. Then I have a dentist appointment, and then I will be back to cook and do seeds. So I just got back from the grocery store. I got my teeth cleaned, so that's great. I have a couple of hours before I have to go get my car inspected. It's just like that kind of day. But I got some things at the store I want to show you, and it's Valentine's Day. So this is nothing special, but it is special. They were $9.99 from the grocery store, and I already had one before my dentist appointment, and they didn't look, you know, They're not edible arrangements quality, but these are my favorite. And so I treated myself to some chocolate covered strawberries as a Valentine's Day single treat for me. I do have a date tonight. It's nothing special. We'll see if he cancels, you know. I have my expectations low most of the time just because protects yourself. But I have been talking to him for a while. He's not a huge like texter, and so we've gotten to know each other a little bit, but I'd like to meet him. He's picked a pizza place for dinner. I know it wouldn't have mattered, but it's Valentine's Day and it's like, we've never met, so I get it, but it kind of sucks. So whatever, I'm still like trying to keep my mind open and just go on dates, like, you know, that's the only way that you're gonna run into the person that actually does match. So I'm gonna have a couple of these strawberries and get the soup ready. I bought a bucket from the Dollar Tree. This apartment I didn't have any buckets, so I got a bucket and I got some bleach. I'm gonna clean some attachments for my vacuum. I like to do that. I'll show you how I do it. So basically, my friend just moved, so I brought my vacuum with me to help her clean her house that she moved into. That I haven't used much, so I'm not gonna clean that. I'll probably clean this. Just because, you know, I just like to know that I'm cleaning with clean things. So I like to soak them once in a while in some bleach water, and I actually label, you can see this is an attachment that says clean, which I just don't like to go clean like baseboards or like the dust around the toilet with the same one that I'm going to like do a tabletop with. I think I ended up doing her fireplace with this though. That's why it's all scuffed up. Yeah, I just I'm actually missing one of these. These are horsehair brushes from Amazon, and you have to have an attachment some of the times, which one of my vacuums actually came with, because this won't actually fit onto my vacuum head. This grout brush I used in her bathroom, and then this is my shower scrubber. So I am just going to fill this thing up with some bleach and cover it with some water, just so that it can sit for hours. By the end of the day, I'll rinse it out. Alright, so I just made a TikTok about being single on Valentine's Day. Showed my chocolate covered strawberries. And I got these, ooh baby, these are some ugly looking eggs. These have not been washed, but they're refrigerated. I gotta find another egg distributor. I don't care that they're dirty, but like, it was much further. Why is this not on autofocus? Anyway, I got eggs. I'll wash them off before I use them. I'm going to start making some soup. I'm pissed off that I went to the grocery store and they had no cauliflower. So I got cabbage in the fridge, and I got a butternut squash, and I got some a fresh chicken broth that I made from when I cooked a whole chicken earlier this week. So I'm going to show you how I do this, probably add some cauliflower later. I have to go for a car inspection in less than an hour, so I'm gonna get this. Maybe I'll use, do I have a slow cooker here? I don't think I do. That would be the best option, but I don't have one here. Apartment living, this kitchen doesn't hold that much. The cabinets aren't very big. So I can either do the Instant Pot, or I can cook it on the stove. I think I'm gonna do the Instant Pot just because it'll be quicker in the time that I have, and then I can blend it before I leave. I'll show you how I do it. So I just warmed this up in hot water so that it was liquid enough. I'm gonna put it in the Instant Pot on saute to start to heat it up, because then once I add my vegetables, which I still have to keep adding, like I still have to chop some more up, it will reach pressure quicker. because the broth, or I'm not adding water, I'm adding broth, will be warm. So all right, saute, and we'll do that on more, and we'll do hot, as hot as it can be. I've never done that, but I know that when I add hot ingredients, it reaches pressure faster. I wonder if I should wait, add my cauliflower when I get back, and just leave it out. I think I'm gonna do that. I changed my mind, because I really wanna have the cauliflower in there. You know what I'll do is I'll roast some peppers before I leave. So with the garlic, you just chop off the top half, putting it on here. Gonna drizzle it with some avocado oil, and then salt and pepper. Well, salt and pepper, and then I have this Montreal spice, which I get from Burlington, Vermont, but it's basically like an Italian blend. And then you just twist it up, and I'm gonna pop this in the oven. Then I'm gonna chop up some peppers. Can't wait to grow my own this summer. I guess I could make them a little bit smaller, but I'm gonna end up blending all this stuff. So I really just want the flavors there. So I want the roasted flavor. So I'm just gonna chop them up like this. All right, so this is gonna go in the oven. I love these Amazon silicone mats because then I don't have to use oil. I'll spray a little bit of oil, but I'm calorie counting, so I don't like to, because you never really know how much oil you're getting. This has avocado oil in it. On another note, I found these scour pads, these stainless steel scrubbers at the grocery store, and I've never bought them before, so I didn't know. Well, I bought, like, just because it was available, was like that really fine stainless steel before, but never like a sponge like this. So I'm not sure which is better. This seems a little bit gentler on the hands, but I'm not sure if fine wool is what I should be getting. But maybe I'll ask in a Facebook group, since I don't know how many people are gonna be watching this, so I don't know if I can get comments yet, but I'm making these YouTube videos and I'm gonna explain to you a little bit like my heart behind YouTube and what I wanna share and what this channel is gonna be all about. I also found at the grocery store kabocha squash, which is my favorite squash, and I bought it at another store the other day and it was not very good. I'm gonna try to grow it. I love when it's local and seasonal. Although I don't even know when I find it in the summertime if it's local. I just know it's more seasonal. I bought some seeds for it. I'm gonna try growing it again this summer. Last summer I saved seeds for it from something that I found at the grocery store, which it actually did grow some squash, but had a lot of squash bugs. No, actually I had cucumber beetles all over my squash. And so I got some heirloom kabocha squash seeds, and I'm gonna go from there and see if I can grow it myself. If you haven't tried this type of squash, it's a lower glycemic index, so it spikes your insulin less than other squashes that are sweet, like a butternut squash, but the flavor is better than a butternut squash. It's so good. It's so good. So I got that. So over in my Instant Pot, I'm going to finish it up when I get back from getting my car inspected, because I want to get some cauliflower. But what I have in there is the cabbage. I have butternut squash at the bottom, and I put in a can of tomatoes. I'm kind of just playing around. The other day I did cabbage. I think it was like cute diced tomatoes and cauliflower. I didn't have butternut squash, and it was really actually good. I'm trying to do large volume, high water concentrated vegetables so that it's like a larger volume for less calories. And I sprinkled some Parmesan cheese on it, and it was actually really, really good. So that's why I usually make butternut squash soup, but I'm trying to make it a little bit less caloric. My peppers and onions in the oven are getting a little bit dark. Okay, I made a decision. So I'm going to turn off the oven when I leave so that it can stay hot. It will continue to sizzle, and then I will take it all out when I get home. I should be gone less than an hour, and I think hopefully, you know, these car places. And I just covered my Instant Pot so the vegetables can just stay in there. And when I get back, I'll cook it up and I'll show you how that's all done. Okay, now that I have a plan for the kitchen, I'm gonna talk to you guys for a couple minutes because I have 5 minutes before I have to head out. But my plan for this channel, I have posted videos, as you can see earlier, gardening videos from last year. They're a little cringeworthy to me. I want to be more authentically myself. It's hard to be yourself on camera, even when you're not trying to be somebody else. My goal is to have my personality reflected in the videos, and for them not to be cringeworthy. That's my goal. I have been searching on YouTube for things that relate to my life. Somebody that's sharing their story that looks similar to mine, and I can't find it. And what I mean by that is I am single, I am 30. So I am a lot of people at my age have been married for a while or are married now and probably are starting to have children. A lot of people that I follow, that is their situation, and I love it because that is my heart. That is where I want to be. But unfortunately, or because of how life works, that's not where I'm at right now. I'm putting myself out there. I have a love of everything farming. My heart used to just be on horses, and in the last couple of years I just see myself on a full-fledged farm, more like a homestead. It depends on if I end up doing it alone or if I have somebody to do it with. I have learned so much from Jess from Roots of Refuge, and she put into words what I've been doing for a long time, which is turning my waiting room into a classroom. And since she preaches that so much, it just gives me that much more encouragement. And I've learned so many things over the years. I am a productivity queen. I don't just sit down on the couch much and watch TV. If I'm watching TV, I'm doing something. And most of the time, if I'm watching TV, it's a YouTube video. But because I didn't see any content that describes my life, I thought, well, let me put it out there. Maybe somebody else is, because I know that there's other single people that have a heart for homesteading that are in my age range. So I hope that this finds them and they can find encouragement by it and we can become friends. So I am living in New Hampshire and in an apartment right now. I am looking for property. I used to be a travel nurse, and that was a stretch for me. That pushed me outside of my comfort zone. I loved it though. I didn't think I was gonna love it. I said I would do it for a couple of months if I was gonna say years, but no. I was going to do it for at least, I said 3 to 6 months, but it really was like, you can do it for 6 months, which is like 2 assignments, because each nursing assignment is about 3 months. And I ended up doing it for a couple of years and I really liked it. I didn't think I was cut out for it. I'm not very outgoing. I was not very confident, and I say I was not because I think I'm growing in my confidence and I want to own that. But yeah, so I'm living in an apartment now. I'm not travel nursing. I just got a job a few months ago at a hospital that I hope that I can find something commutable to and stay at this job for the foreseeable future. I know that I'm not much of a dreamer in the sense of expecting the future to turn out a certain way, because I know that's not how life works. I will get into at some point kind of the hardships that I've faced and the unexpected events that have happened that have changed the trajectory of my life. But I don't take life for granted. I know that you can't always plan for what your future is going to be, but I am putting the work in to take the steps in the right direction. And this is Tony. This is my only farm animal. He likes to watch Homesteaders on YouTube when I throw him up on the TV. He doesn't care much for any other type of TV or movie, but when a Homesteader is on the TV, he is sitting on the edge of the TV watching it. Can you say hi? All right guys, I'm gonna go head to the car shop and I will come back and finish up the soup and we'll close out this vlog. Well, it doesn't smell that bad in here, but I'm not sure why, because I forgot to turn off the oven. It's been less than an hour since I left. I'm gonna go open some windows up. The garlic should be fine, but the peppers are not going to be included in this recipe. Throwing my hair up because I have a date tonight and I don't want to be smelling like smoke as much as possible. You're supposed to be able to just squeeze them out. They're nice and soft. I don't want any peels in there. I'd smell like garlic for my date if I didn't wear the gloves right now. All right. The audio cut out here, so I'm just adding a bit of salt, quite a bit. I like salt. Some pepper, and then some of that Italian seasoning I was talking about earlier. Stirring it up a little bit. Doesn't need to be really stirred. And setting it for 20 minutes on high pressure. In other news, my car did not pass the inspection because my tires are too bare. So I gotta call the car people now and make an appointment to get those replaced so that I can get my inspection sticker. So since these have been sitting for a couple of hours, and I don't want to do this when I come back from my date. Look at that, that's gross. Now I was gonna get into all my seeds, but I think I'll save that for another video because I have no idea how long this video is gonna end up being. So basically, here I have a bunch of really soft vegetables. You don't wanna make a pureed soup with a plastic blender because it will crack it. See all these micro cracks in here, and that's because when plastic gets hot it cracks. So don't destroy your Ninja or your NutriBullet by making soup in there. Hand blender or an immersion blender is amazing. As far as this immersion blender goes, if you rinse it right now, it's wicked easy to rinse, but otherwise I usually fill a cup with some soapy water and blend it inside the cup or like a mason jar, and it will clean itself right up. As you can see, it's nice and smooth. That was just a couple minutes and it's all blended up. All right, guys, I am off to my date. Wish me luck. I hope you guys had a great day, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.